guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jem here with another pick a card reading for you guys. This one is all about what do they think about you. So you can do this with anybody you like. It could be a friend of yours, a partner, somebody you have a crush on, your family, somebody else that you're thinking of, and this is this pick a card reading. You can think of anybody you want. It's just a general reading for what do they think about you. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how it works. So basically, this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, and this is pile number 4. So take a moment to find out which pile you're the most drawn to. You can pause the video if you'd like, or you can wait till I put the crystals on the card if you guys like to pick with crystals. And without further ado, let's get them crystals on those cards, starting now. All right, so here are the crystals. We have a piece of opalite. This is some pyrite, labradorite, and rainbow moonstone. So take a moment and pause the video if you'd like to find out which pile you're the most drawn to. And then once you pick your pile, I'll have timestamps linked down below in the description box where you guys can skip ahead to your specific reading, and also in the comment box down below. So if you guys want to just skip ahead right to your personal reading without having to scroll through it all, just check the comment box and the description box for your little timestampy. So with that being said, let's hop right into this reading, starting now. All right, so pile number 1, let's find out what are they thinking? What are they thinking in general? What are they, what's going on in their minds? So we have the 10 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the 2 of Wands. All right, so pile number 1, with the 10 of Pentacles in the beginning here, I feel like they see you as like you have everything. Maybe whatever they're looking for in a person, they think you have it all. They look at you as a person who, basically, if they had a checklist, you'd have like every single check mark on there. But with the Page of Cups, you know, they might be thinking about asking you out. They might be thinking of hanging out with you. But also with the Page of Cups, it means there's a little bit of a quirky side. So maybe they look at you and they're like, well, I mean, like, she has everything, he has everything, but there's just like that one little, they're just a little odd. They're just a little different. They're not what I'm used to. Or maybe you like have a little extra going on and they, you know, aren't really used to that. Maybe you have like a different side. You stick out from the norm. You don't do things as according to normal society. You have a little bit of like intuition. Maybe you are into spirituality and you like to talk about dreams, or you like to talk about astrology, or you like to talk about those kinds of things, and they look at you like you have everything, but there's a little bit of a different side to you as well. So I feel like they look at you and they really like communicating with you, but maybe they also see you as somebody who's pretty young, because with the Page, you know, they're at the beginning stages. So maybe they look at you as somebody who's a little bit immature, a little bit just needs more development, probably just a young soul type of vibe that they get from you. Doesn't mean you are that way, but this is just what this person thinks of you. So I feel like they do really like you, and they feel like you have it all, but you're just a really young soul. Maybe they like it. Maybe that's what's holding them back. Who knows? We also have the 2 of Wands there. So I feel like this person does think about you. I feel like this person thinks about you as an adventurous person, a person who is at the beginning, about to do a lot. Maybe they see you as somebody who has amazing potential, but you're just at the beginnings. So this is what this card looks like, and it's like just the beginning because it's a 2, so it's like just starting a journey. And so I feel like they look at you as somebody who's just beginning their life, someone who's just getting out there, but they see you as somebody who has a lot of potential, who can do a lot in this world, especially when we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is somebody, you know, who has a ton of accomplishments. So maybe they see you as you have this potential to create, you have this potential to do so much, and they really see that in you, but they also see that quirky side, that little bit of a different side that kind of stands out in front of the crowd, but it's also a bit of a young energy as well. Then we also have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So we do have this card, and I did talk a little bit about that with the Page of Cups. So you might have this different sort of side. Maybe this person doesn't have quite the same beliefs as you. Maybe you have like everything on their checklist, or maybe you just, you know, you're that perfect person that they see as like you have everything type of thing, and they really look up to you, but also see you as a little bit of that, you know, immature type of, they just see that potential basically. So with that being said though, they might see like a difference in beliefs. So you might have a different belief system than them, and maybe that's what's holding them back, or maybe that's why they feel a little bit odd around you. Maybe that's why they feel that difference, that quirkiness between you versus them. Then we also have Tiger Spirit Rises. And so I feel like they really see you as somebody who's a go-getter, especially when we do have the 2 of Wands here as well. So I feel like they really see you as somebody who has a lot of ideas, has a lot of inspiration, has a lot of plans, like big plans for the future. So you might be somebody who does dream pretty big, and I think they see that in you. They see that like fun, like exciting. I feel like you also make this person pretty excited. You make this person feel young again. You make this person feel just like, you know, more of a free spirit. Then we also have golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And so basically this card kind of confirms what we're talking about with the Two of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. It's kind of like you guys have really big dreams, really big plans, and they see that you have the ability to accomplish them. They actually really believe in you. So they find that pretty inspiring and they find it pretty awesome. So that's what makes you a little bit more mature than a regular Page of Cups. I feel like they do still see you as a young energy. So maybe you're younger than this person and they do notice that. But I also feel like because they see such potential in you, it kind of like levels it out a little bit. We also have the card Breathe. And so I feel like they're able to catch a fresh breath of air around you because you're somebody who's a little bit different. You know, you have that quirky side with the dude with the fish in his cup. I love pointing out the fact that the Page of Cups has a fish in his cup because who walks around with a fish in their cup? Not many people. So I do really like pointing that out. I feel like you are a breath of fresh air to this person because maybe they're used to everybody being the same. Everyone, you know, just they haven't been surprised by many people, and I feel like you're full of surprises. You're full of those fun, exciting surprises. You do different things. You're spontaneous. You probably are like, I'm gonna go do this today, and then they're just like, well, that's not what normal people do. I find that like really exciting. It's totally a breath of fresh air. It's eating the brand new cookies. It's not eating the stale, old, everyday type of cookies. You're the brand new cookie. Then we also have the card Prosperity. As this tree grows, so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. And so I do feel like that connects a lot back to our Ten of Pentacles. They see you as somebody who has so much potential and who can really prosper in this world. And I feel like you really inspire them and you really bring out that young energy to them. And they're really proud of you, basically. And I don't know how much you've accomplished in your life so far, but they see so much amazingness in you. They probably see your accomplishments so far, and they also see your potential to create even bigger accomplishments in the future. And they do believe that you will do that. I also do want to point out with these two cards right here, this could be like a bit of romantic feelings. They're usually more at the beginning stages when it's the page, but with the Ten of Pentacles, that's a sense of like wholeness, feeling whole, feeling complete. So maybe you make this person feel complete if you are in a relationship with this person, if they are a partner of yours, they do feel whole and complete and they feel those romantic feelings towards you, like taking you out on a date and stuff like that. But if it's not like a romantic partnership, then everything else I said still goes. So that is what I'm seeing for you, pile number one. All right, moving on to pile number two, let's find out what they think of you. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Seven of Swords. All right, pile number two. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this one. I'm just gonna like say it really real and raw and everything in between. So we do have the Two of Pentacles right here. And so this means they're probably feeling like they're trying to decide on something. They're trying to weigh out something. They're trying to be like, oh, do I do this or do I do that? I feel like the way that they think about you, they're really trying to make a decision on something, but they're really weighing out the factors. If you were in a relationship with this person, or if you guys have been thinking about being in a relationship, I feel like things are a little bit up in the air right now, and there might be like a deciding factor of like weighing it out. If you guys aren't in a relationship and this is more of a friend or a family member type of figure, maybe they're trying to make more time for you and they're trying to weigh out like some kind of decision. So whether they want to, you know, spend more time with you, make more time, or whether, you know, they're trying to weigh out some kind of options right now. They're trying to find a balance. Maybe they're trying to find a balance in the relationship. And then we also have the Hangman. So I feel like things right now are on a little bit of a standstill with the Hangman. You're trying to look at things from a different perspective, especially when we have the Two of Pentacles. So you're really trying to like, or they're really trying to weigh out some options right now and look at things from a new perspective. So maybe something happened, especially when we do have the Seven of Swords. I feel like something may have happened where you guys had a little bit of a falling out and things are just really up in the air. You guys are trying to see things in a new way, trying to work things out, trying to figure out how to make something work, but maybe it's not quite happening right now. It's still in the decision-making process. I feel like things are right now being looked at in a different way, in a different perspective. Things are being tried out in a new way, but it still feels like a stalemate. It still feels like things haven't quite figured themselves out. It's still, you know, in that decision-making process because it's the Two of Pentacles. And I know I keep saying that, but it's like, it's really in that weighing out stage. With the Seven of Swords right here, this can mean a bunch of different things. So if you guys are in a relationship with this person, or you were, this can mean like either feelings were hurt with like either cheating, or feelings were hurt with deceit, or feelings were hurt with like not being there all the time. This can also be somebody who takes too much time away for themselves, always puts themselves first, is a little bit more selfish, and, you know, just goes and does their own thing all the time, and maybe always kind of backs out of the plan. You know, they're the type of people that try to make a commitment, but then they're always like, oh, well, something else came up, I gotta go now, sorry. You know, and they don't really put in the time, they don't really put in the effort, and they don't really realize that they're hurting you. This is somebody who kind of like hurts you in ways where, you know, maybe you didn't feel like talking about it, blah, blah, blah. They didn't feel like talking about it. And so maybe they're trying to work through some hurt feelings right now. They're trying to work through some kind of issues that you guys have. And they're trying to figure out, like, can it work out? Is it worth it to just move on? Is it worth it to go back? Is it worth it to, you know, say something? Like, should I say something? Should I not say something? So whether it's a relationship, a friend, or a family member, they're really working out on whether to bring something up, how to work out this issue that they're feeling. Maybe their feelings are a little bit kind of odd right now, and they just don't know what to do right now with the Hangman. They feel stuck, a little bit stuck right now, and they're really trying to, you know, do things differently this time, because if it's a reoccurring process, sometimes with the Two of Pentacles, this can be like a reoccurrence, and with the Hangman, it can be a reoccurrence. So maybe this is something that's happened a couple times, and this person's really just trying to figure out like a new way to go about this, because they don't want a repeating cycle. We also have the Wedding card. This situation involves a marriage. So I'm getting the vibes like this is more of a partnership, like relationship type thing. So it may not exactly involve marriage, but it also could. It kind of just depends where you guys are at, but it can also be a very strong commitment. It could be a very close friend of yours. It could be a very, very close family member, or it could be an actual partner, or an actual, you know, marriage partner of yours, a spouse. So that's what I'm getting with that. Then we also have spiritual connection. I feel like you guys have a very deep spiritual connection. I feel like this is more like past life karma kind of stuff that's being worked out right now. And whether you guys can work it out or not, that's really up to you guys. And whether you guys want to continue this or break it off, that's really up to you guys at the end of the day. But I do feel like you guys have such a crazy deep spiritual connection. Like, you guys have obviously had past lives together before, whether this is a friend, family member, or spouse or partner of yours. There's definitely been some past life kind of stuff going on with that spiritual connection. I feel like your guys' souls are really connected, and I feel like you guys are kind of tied together, because when I look at the Two of Pentacles, you know, the pentacles are tied together by that kind of rope thing. So I feel like your guys' souls, even if you guys are apart right now, you guys are like deeply connected to the point where you guys can almost feel what each other's feeling. Your souls are still on a huge bond and a huge like connection. You guys still have that cord going between you two. Then we also have focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So keep focusing on what you want the outcome to be, and you will get the answers on how to go about getting your outcome. Focus your intention on how to solve this problem. Focus your intention, and they're trying to also focus on this intention as well. So I feel like they are really thinking about mending this, especially with that spiritual connection, that Wedding card. They're really focused on it as well when we have the focused intention card. So I feel like they focus on this situation a lot. They focus on you a lot. You're really on like the front of their mind every single day. And then we also have a change in the wind. And so I feel like this person's really feeling like changing. Maybe they were also the person who had hurt you. Maybe you're the person who hurt them, but still they're trying to find a way to change it. They're trying to find a way to change their mind. They're trying to find a way to change everything that happened. So I feel like they really think about that, and they're really focused on that with the focused intention and the change in the wind card right next to each other. Then we also have the card of victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. And so with this, I really feel like they really appreciate the situation, even if it didn't end well, even if there was things in it that weren't perfect. I feel like they still really appreciate you in their lives. I feel like they really appreciate you and the experience that you two had together and the current experiences that you guys are still going through, because I feel like they've learned a lot from you, and I feel like you've probably learned a lot from them, and you guys share this really deep, again, spiritual connection, and you guys have learned so much together in your guys' relationship, whether that be a friendship, like I said, or actual family member or partner or spouse. I feel like they've learned so much from you, and I feel like they really appreciate that so much, and that victory that you guys have had together, all those victories and all of the non-victories as well, has made you two both really wise, and I feel like they think about that all the time and they appreciate it so much, and they probably are looking for a victory outcome in this, but maybe it's still up in the air. They just don't know how it's going to happen, but either way, I feel like they appreciate it, whether it continues or whether it doesn't continue. I feel like they still have a good heart of appreciating everything else that was in the beginning, in between, and at the end of this whole relationship. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 2. All right, moving on to pile number 3. Let's find out what they think of you. What are they thinking of you? All right, so my number 3s, we do start off with the 10 of Wands right here. So this person, they probably think that there's a lot of work that's involved, or there's a lot of weight that they're somehow bearing in this relationship, whether you guys are partners, spouses, friends, or family members. Somehow I feel like they're taking on a lot of weight. Maybe they feel really burdened right now, but somehow they're just doing a lot. They feel a huge weight on themselves, and in the way that they think of you guys, they might think that it's just too much to handle right now. They might think that you're a little bit too much to handle right now. But then we also have the 4 of Wands. So I do feel like they think of you as, they love being around you. They love the feeling of being around you. I feel like you guys have a very solid foundation. I feel like maybe you guys have been in each other's lives for a while with the 4 of Wands, or maybe you've just started to move your relationship to the next level, or you guys live together, something like that, because with the 4 of Wands, it is talking about sometimes living together. So maybe you guys do live together, so it might be a family member, maybe you live with a friend of yours, or maybe you live with your partner. So they do love being around you, and they love having that time with you. If you guys do not live together, maybe you guys just spend a lot of time together, and I feel like they really appreciate that, and I feel like they love to celebrate that. But somehow something's going on. They really feel drained right now. They really feel like something's going on where they feel like something's bothering them in their mind and their thoughts. Maybe they're taking on too much right now. Maybe they feel like they have to do too much for you when they're around you, or maybe they feel burdened. Maybe they want to talk about something. Maybe something's going on in their lives where they're feeling a little bit drained and they have too much going on where they can't be around you as much, or maybe they just, maybe you're getting these vibes that they're a very drained person, or maybe you're feeling very drained right now and they're having a kind of tough time with that, and they're trying to help you. They're trying to carry your burdens. They're trying to bring you up. They're trying to make you strong. But maybe it's just not really happening, or maybe you're doing that for them. So I'm getting the vibes that the way that they think about you is just, it's more of they love being around you and they love that presence, but something's happening right now. I don't quite know what it is, but something's going on where there's some sort of burden. Like I said, there's something on their mind that they might want to talk about. They're feeling very, very drained though. And maybe they're just taking on too much for you. We also have the card codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And so whether or not you guys are actually in a romantic partnership, maybe somehow addictions are affecting this relationship, or maybe you ask too much of them. Maybe you want too much of them. Maybe you are a suck for their attention. Maybe you're a suck for their time. Maybe whenever they're around, you constantly want to talk to them. You constantly want to, have them, and you're begging for attention. So I don't know if you guys, I'm sorry, I'm definitely not going to sugarcoat this reading. So I'm sorry if this is more on the negative side, but I always want to keep it honest, and this is just what I'm seeing. So I feel like maybe you burden them maybe a little bit too much, and so they think oh, I'm feeling a little bit drained because, I really love being around this person, I love being their friend, but maybe they're asking a little bit too much of me right now. So that's probably how they feel, and they feel like that codependency is a little bit too strong. Maybe you're addicted to being around them too much, or talking, or, sharing your burdens a little bit too much, asking a bit too much of them. It could also be real addictions as well. So depending on the person you're asking about, whether that's, spouse, relationship, partner, friend, or family member, there might be some either codependency issues or addiction issues as well. So kind of figure out which one correlates to you the most. Then we also have Spear of the Guru Mother. And so I feel like, they really want to be there. I feel like they really want to do a lot for you, and they really want to help you, with their spear, and they want to mother you, they want to be there, but it's just too much, and they're feeling really burdened by it, and they're feeling like really drained because maybe they don't have enough time for themselves right now, because they want to be there for you so bad, and they want to take away your burdens and everything, but I think it's a little bit too much for them, and they're just feeling the weight of it all, and they really need to, gain their energy back and focus on themselves for a little while. I really feel like it would be really good for them, but I feel like they don't want to leave you at the same time. Then we also have sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So this correlates kind of with the addictions thing. So if there is an actual addiction in this relationship, this definitely talks about avoid anything toxic, avoid chemicals, avoid bad substances, also avoid bad relationships. So if there is like codependency here, try to break that codependency, because it's really not healthy. Maybe you need a break from this person, and maybe they also need a break from you, just so you guys can sort out and balance your own lives, and then come back together as more balanced individuals, and then you guys can have a more balanced relationship together. But there is some kind of imbalance right now, with like codependency or actual real addictions. So I'd say definitely avoid harsh relationships. Maybe one person is a little bit too sensitive, and right now you need to watch your words, but maybe you two need some time apart at the moment. Then we also have higher power. And so I feel like, guides and angels are really there for you guys right now. And I feel like they, probably think like, I have all of this energy, I have all this power in order to help you. And so I feel like they're feeling really drained from helping you so much, and they really need to get their own shit together. And they really need to take time for themselves, because I feel like they've been giving too much of themselves for you. And, they think that they have all this energy, they think they have all of this power in order to keep giving to you and keep doing it. But truth is, they're drained, and I don't feel like they want to admit it, because they really do want to be there for you, and I feel like they're drained. Their energy is like a psh, whether they want to admit it or not. But there is also higher powers involved in this, trying to help this situation and trying to guide. I feel like you guys can have a very, very good relationship, but this person just needs to stop giving so much, because it's not currently fair, whether you guys feel like it is fair or not. It definitely needs to rebalance itself. Then we also have the card here, trust. I am safe, I am secure in love, I trust, my faith endures. So I feel like they're very committed, they really want this to work out, but they need to go and fill up their own energy. They have not taken enough time from themselves, and so they just want you to trust this situation. They just want you to trust what's going on and have more trust between you guys as well. So I feel like they love you. They love being around you. They feel safe around you. They feel secure around you, but they do really need to take time for themselves. And I think that they just want you to trust this process, trust what's happening and what's going on, and just be accepting of it. I feel like change needs to happen right now, and they are probably feeling it. They might be in a little bit of denial, thinking like, I can do this, we can make this happen, but change does need to occur, and I feel like that's how they are currently feeling right now. Pile number 3. All right, moving on to our last pile, pile number 4. Let's find out what they think and what they're thinking. Yeah, that's what we're doing, what they're thinking. So we have the 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, the Hermit. All right, pile number 4. So we do start off with the 6 of Wands here. And so I feel like they are really proud of you. They look up to you. Maybe they also feel, this can mean 2 different things. So they either look up to you a lot, and just find out which one correlates to you the most, because this is a general reading. So either they really look up to you and look up to your accomplishments, and they really like that, or they think that they are better than you somehow. So whichever one you feel the most, they might feel like superior energy towards you, which is not true, because no one is better than another person, but this is probably might be what's going on in their head. Then we also do have the 9 of Wands right here, and so I feel like, they've been through a lot, and maybe they like to pull the card of like, I've been through more than you, I'm more mature, I'm older, I've done this, I've done that, you haven't, I've had more experience. So maybe they look at you with that kind of like, more negative energy, and they might make you feel a little bit, down, or maybe they're just on guard. Maybe they're scared to open up. So this, again, can mean a bunch of different things. They could be scared to open up to you. They could be really blocked off just because of the things that they've experienced, and so they're not ready to open up. They're not ready to open up their heart, and they're just waiting right now and, coping with what they've been through. We do also have the Hermit, so I do feel like this person's very focused on themselves right now. I don't feel like they're very focused on other people. I feel like this person's been through so much where they've just gone inside, they've kind of closed themselves down, and they're just not ready to really open up. But on the flip side of this, they could also think of you as somebody who's incredibly wise and really knowledgeable, especially with that Six of Wands. So they might really look up to you and really look up to what you know. They might find you as a person with a lot of wisdom. I'm really getting a mixed message here where it's like both of those are correct in this pile. I'm not really getting one stronger than the other right now, but they either really, really look up to you and think that you're super wise and have a lot of knowledge, and they, they really want to hear what you have to say, and they're waiting and wanting to know more. But yeah, again, on the other flip side, it could be that they feel superior and they've been through a lot and they're just really closed off and focused on themselves. So again, since it is a general reading, find out which one correlates with you the most. The next card that we have is Unrequited Love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And so with this, with what I was saying before, they might have their heart closed off. They may be really focused on themselves to the point where it's just like they're not really looking for anything. If it's like more of like romantic type of like trying to have this person as your partner type of thing. But if this is a friend, maybe it's just that, there isn't enough going on right now. Maybe they just don't feel like having a friend. They might feel like being alone right now with the Hermit card. If it is a family member, maybe they're just feeling like taking some time alone. They really need some alone time, and they're not really, looking for support right now. Maybe they've just gone through a lot and they just really need to just kind of find themselves again. We also have the card of Rare Success right here. And so with the Six of Wands as well, I feel like either they have accomplished something like really rare and successful, and maybe they just are kind of like wanting to be alone right now because maybe they got a lot of praise for it. Maybe they're just like more of an introvert and they're just like, you know what, no, don't want to be talking, nope. Maybe they have those types of feelings, and they just don't want to be around anybody. They don't really want to share what's going on very much. They just want to be, again, alone, like I said, with that Hermit card. Also with these two cards, they could also look at you in that sort of manner and look at you like, wow, like this person has had rare success, they've had all these accomplishments, they've done all these things, but maybe they're just like, they're just not feeling like a spark right now. They're really focused on themselves. They, have their heart just completely closed up, because the Nine of Wands is somebody who's been through a lot. They've been through a battle. They've, and they're ready to battle again, but they don't really wear their heart on their sleeve necessarily. They can when they're around certain cards, but I feel like there's somebody who's a little bit more on guard at the moment, on guard of their emotions, on guard of their heart, because they don't want it to be broken again, especially with that wand kind of like guarding in front of their chest. I feel like they're, not really open at the moment. We also have the card of Inner Wisdom. You know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. So that correlates a lot with the Hermit and the Nine of Wands right here, because the Hermit, is somebody, they know what to do. They look on the inside and seek their inner guidance, their inner gut intuition to find out solutions to problems and answers for questions, and they find it within themselves. So I feel like you guys almost know what this person thinks of you, and I feel like they also know what you think of them. They understand, they feel intuitively the same things that you do. They understand how you're feeling, you understand how they're feeling, and maybe there's just, the connection isn't quite there, especially with that Unrequited Love card. And I feel like that this person needs their space, and they know that they need their space, and they know that you might want something more, but they're not quite there. Maybe you want more time with them, but they just can't offer that at the moment. We also have the card of Loyal Heart. I do feel like this person sees you as a really amazing person. I feel like they do really look at you as an amazing person. They see your loyal heart, they see your accomplishments, but they're just not in the right space right now. They just need to be alone. I'm definitely getting those vibes as we're going through more cards, that, they really look at you as an amazing person, but they just can't get there. They're in just a very awful space right now. It might not be an awful space, but they've been through awful things, they've been through hard stuff, and they just need to be alone. They just need to be within themselves. I feel like they're taking a little bit of like a soul journey, a little bit of a spiritual journey at the moment. They just need to be alone. They're they're figuring themselves out again, but they do see like your amazingness, and they see like the potential, and they see like, you know, this could be something amazing, but I'm just not there right now. It is not the right time. But I feel like they really care about you, and I feel like they feel your caringness for them as well. But it's just not a time for them to do anything about it. We also have the card of strength. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. And so that correlates so much to the Nine of Wands. This person, you know, they think of you as a strong person. They see themselves as, you know, trying to find that strength right now. And they do see that power and that motivation that you probably give them. And they love that, and they need to just build their inner strength right now. And so they see everything that you do. They see you as this amazing person, but they just need time. They just need that space, like I said, and I keep saying every time, I keep going back to it, but I don't know why I feel like stressing that part of it so much. But that is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 4, so I hope that made sense. All right, so that is all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me to let me know that. Leave me a comment down below, and also hit that subscribe button if you want to see videos like this all the time. I make multiple videos a week, and hit that little notification bell if you guys don't want to miss an upload, since I do upload multiple times a week, and sometimes YouTube does not like to notify you when I do upload. So if you guys want those notifications, definitely hit that little bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.